I don't say you know the shape of it.
No.
This one is normal short sleeve. Hi lovies, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be cutting these jean shorts on my thumbnail. We are doing these shorts for a baby of 6 to 1 year. So from these measurements, you can also take your own measurements for whichever child or whichever you want to make this short for. And we'll also be using this jean material or denim material for it. So the measurements we'll be working with, actually we'll be using the hip measurement for the waist because this short is going to have elastic at the waist. So the hip measurement divided by 4, we are having 6. I have the crotch is 6. Flap or crotch are the same. It's 6 inches and we added about 1.5 inches for it. So and the length we are working with is 10 inches or the hemming allowance. The lateral measurements wideness for it, we are using 7. So we connect to your crotch. For a beginner, you can just measure 1/2 inches for it not to be wide, just to go in very well, for you to have a nice curve for the crotch. You go in, you come in by 1/2 inches. Alright, so we'll cut for the front, but this short is going to have what they call a fake flap. For me to have a fake flap, I'll measure 3 inches here, measure 1 inches and connect the 1 inches this way. Hope you can see it very well. This is the fake flap for this trouser, for these shorts. So when we'll be joining it, you'll see how we are going to join it. Just keep on watching. Remember to subscribe, share and like for more tutorials like this. So this is the front. You open it here. So for the back, at the hip side, this jean will be 1 inches longer than the front one. Measure 1 inches in, and the allowance we are adding for the crochet, we are adding 2 inches. You can use 1.5 to 2 inches is very okay. So and you are going to fold in this fake flap in order for you to get your accurate measurements. So we are adding 2 inches, and for this side of the trouser we are adding 1.5 inches, and you connect it here. Hope you can see very well. You connect it this way and this. So this 1 inches that we measured in here, you connect it back to. Sure. We are done cutting. We are done measuring, so we'll cut the back. Also tear the shine. This shirt is going to have a side pocket and 2 back pockets. So for the side pockets, the wideness is, I'm going to use 4 inches or 4.5. 4 inches for the wideness, while the length is going to be 6 inches. And just do a curve here, connect it here. This for the side pocket, the 2 side pockets. The two piece for this 2 side. So for the back pocket, we're going to have this for the back pocket. This for the 2 is going to, the 2 side for the back pocket is going to be a pocket on it, and the length for it is 4 inches, while the wideness, we're using about 2.5 inches for the wideness. So these two, we are going to, you just determine how you want the shape for the back pocket to be, kind of giving it a shape, a curve. You can use this method or any one at your choice. All right, so look at it. I'm going to use weave all this round before going to the other sewing machine for it. So when we have joined it, before we now cut the band, the waist band and elastic for it. Thank you for watching. See you at the sewing table. Alright, this is the 2 pockets for the shorts. I already stitched it twice. So we'll go over to joining the 2. But before we join the 2 sides for the front, we put the 2 side pockets. The measurement we are using for the wideness, we are using 1.2. While the length for it, we are using 3.5. And we already connected the lines together, and you cut it off. And you pick one of the pockets, front, facing front. You stitch with half needle. You cut this out. You flip it over to the other side, stitch again. And always remember to touch stitch twice or you need finishing. You do the same thing at the other side. You join the 2 flap, and you remember we have a fake flap, so you just start from where you cut, where your flap started before the fake flap, and you join it. flap, you just determine the side you want it to be, either in your right or your left hand side. So mine, I'll be doing it in my right hand side. So you look at this, is about 1 inches, just so a half inches just at the side, just like a point two of it, and sew it the same way you cut it, just that curve measurement, the way you cut it, that's why that is how you are going to curve it at the flap area. Just watch me how I did mine. So we'll now walk at the back, and you remember there is kind of a double stitch close to the button at the back. So when you are cutting, you consider it by adding half inches to your measurement, to the back measurement, so that you, as you fold it, it will not affect the length for the shirt. The flap joining together. For the two back pockets. side. Alright, for joining the waistbands, actually we are using elastic. You measure the waist round. So we have to take out 12.5. That is 25 inches. So you also cut your band of fold 12.5 and half inches for the joining. Making it 13. The wideness is 4.5. So you stitch it. And for elastic, you minus 6 inches from the 12.5. We have 12. Stitch it over and over again. But you have a overlock, you can go ahead and overlock it. Alright, you are holding your elastic this way. Turn out the front of your waistband. You put it this way, hold it, and start stitching it round. You only stitch on the fabric, not on elastic. As you stitch, you shift the elastic inward. Stitch only on fabric. Alright, you look for where you join the band, where you have a joining at the band, and you put it in the front of the shorts, where you have a flap, a fake flap. Before the fake flap, you now put the joining there. The two joining for the band, joining each other. and you start stitching it around. As you stitch, you stretch it so that it will now be the size of your round waist. You also hem it and go ahead to weave it around and overlock it around. So you iron. I will still come back to show you the final look of this shirt. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe for more tutorials like this. Thank you. See you in our next video.